Guys, today we're gonna learn how to use let me put my mic. We're gonna today learn how to tell time on an analog clock. So you might not know what is an analog clock. Look at my potato. I think I spelled it wrong. Oh my god. I think I spelled it wrong. Analog clock. So it's like this. Your house might have like a digital clock, which might look like this. Not this. Most of you guys may like have like this, which is like very very friendly for you to tell time. However, you will obviously see times where it's like this. I mean, it's actually quite common because you cannot just go everywhere and then see it goes digital ones. You cannot expect everywhere to have digital ones. So what are we gonna learn here to actually learn how to do it, how to tell time on an analog clock. So we're gonna start by learning the parts of this analog clock. Oh no, it's moving fast. Here's why it's moving so fast. Alright, so I'm gonna say it's here. Alright, so we're gonna separate it. And then just goes like this, probably. The short and thick hand is called the hour hand. The long hand is called the minute hand. The super skinny and super long hand is called the second hand. So, as we know, times are written like this. For example, 3:10. It's when my school is home time. So for example, 3 times written like this, and then probably we'll have like 39 seconds. Okay, so imagine we have that. So your digital clocks might just go like, oh, it's 3:10. It's 39 seconds right now. Okay, I knew that. That's easy. Well, not so easy for this one. You cannot just go look at it and goes, oh, it's so easy, huh? So easy. No, I'm gonna teach you the basics, bro. So, first we're gonna learn unit conversion. Don't think this is not related. Okay? Don't think this is not related. Don't even think it's not related, bro. It is. In fact, you're gonna see it almost anywhere in your life. Can I shrink it? Okay, good. So, let's say we have one entire hour. 1 inch. It equals how many minutes is that? So, for example, we'll set our hand to here. For our hour stick to move an entire big square, which means 1 entire hour, our minute hand has to do a full spin, a 360 degrees, and then land on 12, and then finally lands on 1. So you might say like, oh my gosh, you might say like 1 hour is 12 minutes. Not quite. Not quite. Cause 12 minutes is way shorter than 1 entire hour. So what I'm gonna do here is that the clock is special. For the hours it's like, okay, 12 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. We can do that. But however, for the minutes hand, you have to multiply the number it is at by 5. Because in the clock, the minute hands points to a position where it's like maybe on the tick mark, maybe between some tick marks. However, the small space right here actually means 1 minute. So this does not mean 1 minute. This means 1 minute. Alright, when we know that, I can just continue. We just said we have to multiply by 5, so 12 times 5 equals 60 minutes. Those units are special, so whenever like our, what's that called, minute hand, for example, we have our second hand back here. For example, we have minute hand just going, doing some spins here. 1 minute has passed. Okay, we can see that the second hand land on itself. The second hand did a full spin. For the second hand, one small gap, one tiny space also means 1 second, so it is the same unit conversion. Alright, let's see. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay, so that's our basic unit conversion for this analog clock. So let's get this guy down here. Nice. Okay, so now I basically just said like how do we tell time, but however we're gonna do some practice on how to tell time. Okay, so for example, we randomly gonna start with a friendly one. For example, this one. Our second hand and our minute hand is both pointing to 12. This means that it is like, 0, since it hadn't started turning yet. Our hour hand landed on 4. This means 4 hours. This means 4 hours. And then, because of our second hand and our minute hand both landed on 12, this means that they didn't even start doing a spin yet, so what do you say? It's gonna be 0, 0. We write 2 zeros at the end, since there could be like 34 minutes, 12 minutes, so we write 2 zeros at the end just for how it looks like better. Alright, so this is gonna be 4 o'clock AM or PM, depend on how you wanna, like what time, what situation you're in. However, 4 minutes is good. No, 4 o'clock is very friendly. However, we almost don't see times where it's like full hours. So now this is when the minute hand comes into play. For example, we have random here, make it into a full. For example, we have the minute hand pointing to the 2. This time, we're going to say, we're going to look at the hour hand first. Look, it's not pointing exactly on 5. It's pointing past 5. That means it's still in the 5 hours, but it's a bit more. How are we gonna do that? We cannot have like 5.76 hours. I mean, we can, but it will be way too complicated. We can have 5 hours here. However, we're gonna tell the time. Also gonna tell what the minute hand is representing. So look at the minute hand right here. It's pointing to a 2. The 2 doesn't mean a 2 minutes. The 2 means 2 of the big chunks you have took. One little gap is 1 minute. So 1 is actually 5 minutes. 2 is basically 10 minutes. So it's 5:10 now. Get it? Well, I don't care if you don't get it. No, I'm kidding. So I'm gonna do another practice. Hey, yo! Move this thing. Move, bro. I swear, move this. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is giving me a crash out. Alright, so again, our clock will possibly not land perfectly on a whole number. For example, it might land like here. Go back, second hand. It might land here. This will be like a weird situation where there's none of them except for the second hand. We don't care about that one. Neither of hour hand and minute hand landed on a perfect whole number. What are we gonna do now? Same thing for the hour hand. It just went a bit past 6, not past 7, so 6, 7. So 6 is the hour part. You can just leave it like 6 o'clock. It will be way too inaccurate. We can go like, this is 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Since we said that the little gap is 1 minute, we can count up 2 minutes since, oh my god, why is this so thick? Why is this so thick? Bro, why is this so thick? So it's pointing to the second gap right here. So you count like 15 minutes and then 16 and then 17 minutes. Get it? No? Get it? So we basically like count up to where the minute hand lands. Hey yo, what is it, dot? Count up to where the minute hand lands. So if we do 6 and then 15 plus 2 more minutes, so it's becoming 6 and 17. Alright, so this is our practice for analog clock today. So thanks for watching my video. Have a good rest of the day, and see you guys next time.